Welcome, I am TSC Tyler, and today I am back on NBA 2K23, and this is an idea that a few other YouTubers have done, so it's not original by any means, but we're going to be combining two role players into one superstar. This was a lot of prep work, but I did enjoy it, so I did make three superstars. First up, we have Brook Thybulle, and obviously Brook Thybulle is a combination of Matisse Thybulle and Brook Lopez. Matisse Thybulle has elite perimeter defense, and Brook has elite interior defense, and he also has the offense that Matisse Thybulle definitely needs. They're going to be a very, very good combo. I believe it's like an 89 rating or something. But Matisse has elite defensive skills, okay athleticism, and Brook has very good strength, decent shooting. I believe it's around 80, and he actually has, I believe it's 93 interior defense, or no, 89. But a much-needed boost for Matisse Thybulle, and a very good player. However, the player I'm most excited about is Max Simmons. He is a mix between Max Strus and Ben Simmons. Now, the first part of this, Max Strus was obviously brought in for the shooting. There's a no-brainer there. But for everything that Max Strus lacks in, Ben more than makes up for with his insane athleticism, playmaking, and defense, making this guy pretty much unguardable. The fact that he can also get 10 assists and then get 10 boards and then probably drop like 25 now with the shooting of Strus is just, it's great. Lastly, we have Carmelo Payton III, probably the coolest sounding name out of the three, but it's a shame he's the worst player. One thing that I saw is that, I mean, he has above average everything, but nothing really elite, and that's kind of the difference. I think he's an 84. Carmelo has the above average offense, and Gary Payton has the above average defense, but they just don't really have badges. That was one thing I noticed. So they end up being worse than the other two, but still obviously a decent player and way better than they were before. So we ended up putting them in the 2023 draft class with Victor Wembanyama, Scoot Henderson, all the players that are going to get drafted this upcoming year. So they should go 1, 2, 3. I think maybe Carmelo Payton might go behind Victor Wembanyama, but they will go very early. So what we're going to do is sim to the end of the season and see where they end up going. Luka wins the MVP. That's nothing new. If anyone cares, the Celtics win the championship. I'm not too surprised by that. So we'll see who wins the lottery here, and it is the Pistons. The Pistons, the Wizards, and the Hornets, and the Nets. So those four teams are all in the runnings for decent players. The Pistons are going to take Max Simmons. So Ben Simmons with Max Strus's shooting goes number 1. Now the Wizards, they're going to take Brook Thybulle. He's a very good player. Really, you can't miss there. And I'm not sure who the Hornets are going to take here. I'm just going to sim to the end. We'll see who they take at the end of it. They took Victor, and then Carmelo Payton went 4 to the Nets. I mean, yeah, like you can see, Brook ends up being a 92, and Max ends up being an 88. So, yeah, maybe the Pistons did make a mistake there. Okay, looking at rosters, Brook Thybulle is going to be an insane addition for the Wizards. Bradley Beal and Porzingis. I would say that's a debatable big three. I would give it to you if you say that, though. Next, we have Kevin Durant playing with Carmelo Payton II. He might actually be a very good addition because he can shoot off ball, plays good defense, should not get in the way too much. Might be just what KD needs. Lastly, we have Max Simmons playing with Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Saddiq Bey, Jalen Duren. This is a decent team. I don't think he's going to win a title or anything, but give it a year or two, and he could probably be challenging for a ring. So looking at the awards for the end of the season, Victor still wins Rookie of the Year. So he's just kind of crazy. Defensive Year goes to Brook Thybulle. That's, I mean, not too surprising, but that's very great to see. Two of the best defenders in the game at their respective areas, I guess, come together and win Defensive Player of the Year. Hopefully someone's on an All-NBA team. Victor Wembanyama is not the rookie I had in mind. But obviously Brook Thybulle is here. The real Ben Simmons and not the hybrid we have makes it. All rookie first team, we have almost everyone except for Carmelo Payton II. Looking at his stats, he dropped 17, 5, and 1.5, which that's not that bad. He performed decent. Not great, but decent. Then with Brook Thybulle, he performed 17.5, 8.5, and 1.5 with amazing defensive statistics. So he was very efficient. I assume a great second star to Bradley Beal. And then Max Simmons drops 14, 6 and 7, and 6 or 6.7 off great efficiency. So I'm not sure whether those points are going away. I mean, just I guess didn't shoot it enough. I mean, he shot from 3 a decent amount, so I'm not sure where it's not coming from. Like, Brooke Thibault shot a bunch more, so I'm not sure what the difference is. I did change our tendencies. That's why I'm a little bit surprised. Looking for our teams. It was the Pistons, the Wizards, and the Nets. The Wizards are in the East. And they're the 9 seed? That team I thought was the best. And it's the only one that's not in the playoffs right now. Okay, Washington needs to win. And this is to actually get into the playoffs. Okay, they're up. They're up. Oh, and they're going to blow it. That's not even close. I thought it was close. Kristaps tried. He didn't really play bad either. I mean, I'm not sure where the minus 23 comes from, but 16, 11, 3, and 4 is a decent game. So they're out. The Nets, I thought they looked decent. They have Ben, Carmelo. I mean, it just seems like a decent team. I think the Pistons probably look better than the Bucks, I would like to say. You just put Max on Giannis, and I think you can maybe manage him. Going to the first rounds, we have 2 game 7s. Okay, let's see. It's going to be KD that has to clutch up, but let's see if he can. They're getting destroyed right now. They're going to get killed in game 7. Okay, so year 1, 2 of our players are out, and Cam Thomas did more than Melo, and I think he came off the bench, so not a good look for you. And they go off to a hot start, and they're winning in 2 quarters. They're winning in 3. They have this. There's no way they choke that. Yeah, they won by 40. And they're up 3-1. And they make it through. They're going to go up against the Cavs most likely. This will be a very tough matchup for them. The only place they could really target is probably Simmons against Okoro. We'll see, though. We're just going to send the first few games. And it's in 7. I'm lucky I stopped it when I did. They have a little bit of a lead, and they lose it in the 3rd quarter. 5-point game. 7. You got to make it closer. We're tied. This is as close as I'm going to get, probably. Oh, no. Why didn't I jump in? So that's the furthest any of our people have made it. It's only year 1, though. They actually have room to improve. That's why I made them young. It just would have been kind of boring near this part if I kept them the age they were. Like with Gary Payton and Melo, they were 34 as a combined age. So it wouldn't have been that fun if I made them old. And after year 1, Max Simmons goes up 5 to a 93. Brooke Thibault goes up to a 95. And Carmelo Payton, that's the improvement we like to see. He's up to an 89. This is more prime Carmelo in terms of the shooting. And he's a better playmaker. So that's great. His defense went up too. That's going to be great. He may be able to help KD, but they don't have help on that team. The Pistons are going to be scary because they got Sabonis as well. And then the Wizards are okay. So nothing completely changed, but we apparently made the greatest defensive player ever, winning back-to-back defensive player of the years, has 2+ steals and blocks. And Victor's just killing the game, I guess. However, Brooke Thibault and Max Simmons did reach an All-NBA team. Max is going to average 17.5, 8, and 6 with 2.5 steals a game, which decent. And he almost is at 50, 40, 90. While Brooke averages 19, 9, and then insane defensive numbers off of 40, 40, and 80, which is great. On all defensive first team, we have Carmelo Payton and Brooke Thibault, and we're going to look at his numbers. Almost 20 and 6, and a lot of steals. So, and he shot 50-50. So good job there. That's some major improvement. And all of these teams should make the playoffs, I think. And none of them actually do. So at least, at minimum, one team will be eliminated. The Wizards should win this. It shouldn't be close at all. And if it is, it's not really good for the Wizards. It was a 6-point game. And the 6'4" player got 10 rebounds or 13 rebounds that game and shot awful. Okay. So now we have Brooklyn versus Detroit. And it looks like it's a very close game. We're going to slow it down when it gets to 2 minutes. If the Pistons make a run, I'll jump in. And they do, but I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah. The Pistons get eliminated, and that's Simmons. So now we have the Hornets that are immediately the 1 seed with Victor Wembanyama. So I guess, what do I know? But we'll see if any of our teams can make it out of the 1 seed. They are the underdogs, so I'm not sure. And Boston's going to beat up on the Wizards. But Brooklyn does have a 3-1 lead, though. Come on, Katie. I know you can do it. It's another close game. And they're out of it. But they still have 2 chances to win 1 game. They need a good 4th, and they have it. They got it. And Carmelo Payton actually is the reason they made it. I mean, Katie had better numbers, but very impressive. So now the Nets are going up against the Cavs. And it's not as much of a mismatch, I don't think. Like last year, I would say it's a major mismatch, but this year, I don't know. And they're down 3-2. There is a chance. I would say you probably want to dominate this game just to get the momentum onto your side, and it's kind of close. And they lose. So unfortunately, another team gets eliminated. I don't think they made it this far. I think they made it to the conference finals last time, if I'm not mistaken. Max Simmons is insane, and he still has the people behind him, so they should be championship contenders. Brick Thibault gets slightly better. I think what the more important thing is, though, is the tendencies went up. Carmelo Payton is going to be an insane co-star to Kevin Durant, and I gave him a little bit of like the old Carmelo in terms of how he wanted to run ISO. So I gave him a lot of shot tendency boosts. So he should be a very good stat getter with Kevin Durant. So apparently we couldn't make a player better than Victor Wembanyama as he wins MVP. But Brick Thibault does win his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year, proving that is the best defensive combo. Max Simmons does take a major step up, though, and he gets All-NBA first team with 25 points, 9 boards, and almost 7 assists. Brick Thibault makes 2nd team with a boost, 23 points per game, 9 rebounds a game, and then still amazing defensive numbers. Lastly, we have Carmelo Payton III, who ups it to 23 points a game, 7.5 boards, and 3 assists. So, I mean, he took the step up we were looking for. I think he shot more. He didn't shoot as effective, but he did shoot more, I would assume. We can check here. Oh, for sure. Yeah, he shot way more. So, he's finally coming around for that team. And everyone should be in the playoffs pretty securely. So, there's one team that's in. And then Detroit and Brooklyn are the 7 and 8 seed. So Washington has Jose Alvarado, Bradley Beal, Brick Thibault, John Collins, Porzingis. That's a good team. This Piston team is a good team, so I think they're going to take down the Nets. And I accidentally skipped it. So the Pistons are out. Max Simmons almost wins an MVP and then gets bounced out of the play-in. So, all right. Brooklyn has a chance to get revenge on the Cavs. And so far, they're not taking advantage of that. Are both of our teams going to get bounced out right now? Is this for real? Please, Brooke. Beat Giannis. Just please. Come on, y'all. At least make it entertaining. Give me a game 7. Okay? Okay? Alright, we get a game 7. And everyone came up clutch in that. I would say, could it be a big 4? Maybe? Okay, come on. Get out of the first round. That's all I need from y'all. And then we can start seeing more. That's a big game. Brick Thibault comes up clutch. Porzingis comes up clutch. And now they're playing the Cavs. Just get revenge for all the teams they've demolished on this conference. And you're going to get swept. All right. And they do get killed. They get swept. So apparently nothing can match the Cavs is what it looks like. Except for the Thunder. Okay. Remind me to do a Thunder rebuild so I can get an easy rig. I hope you liked this video. I thought it was pretty interesting just to put the players together and see, I mean, what role players could do when put together. Like Dybul and Brooke Lopez, I wouldn't have expected to be that good. And the Mellow one with Gary Payton, I expected to be better than it was. So I hope you enjoyed. And if you liked the video, then consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I'll see you all next time.